What's up, YouTube? We're streaming live on TikTok and YouTube. As we go through this, I'll say link in bio, link in TikTok bio. For you, the link is in the description. We're going to look at some good stuff today. Let me go live here on YouTube. No, wrong button. What's up, everybody? We'll look at some charts today. I do have something actually really interesting to look at today. Something really interesting to look at today. And I'm actually going to tell you my thoughts on if crypto is going to go lower, if we've bottomed, etc. And I got some pretty compelling things to look at that I think give us some good evidence to throw into the mix for sure. What's up, Spike Dog Ball? As soon as we get to 100 likes, we'll get rolling. We got 11 people here on TikTok right now. That will grow pretty quickly. Oh, there we go. We're over 100 likes. All right. So as usual, I start out with this chart because this is the most important chart to know in all of crypto. This is the lifetime chart of Bitcoin. As you can see, price go up, price go down, up, down, up, down, up, and we're in a down period right now. These blue lines, you see what happens to price after it, waboom. These are Bitcoin halving events. The next Bitcoin halving is in March or April 2024. That usually kicks off the bull run because the amount of Bitcoin that can be mined per day gets cut in halvesies. So everything we do here, I look out to about here, April 2025, because that's about a year after the halving, and the market usually tops about a year and a half after the halving. So everyone that got rich here was buying back here. Everyone that got rich here was buying back here. Everyone that gets rich over here is going to be buying back here where we are right now, in my opinion. All right, let's throw in a few more likes. Let's go look at the Bitcoin chart. I have something really. Stay on the stream because I have some very interesting things to show you today. Very interesting. Very interesting in terms of, figuring out, have we bottomed? Are we going to go back down? Are we going to go up? Stuff like that. I got something really interesting to share with you today. But let's just start out by looking at the zooming in on the Bitcoin chart instead of the lifetime chart. Let's see what it's doing today. I ended up drawing these lines here. These yellow lines are trend lines, short-term trend lines. I had these two drawn, and interesting enough, Bitcoin broke that one. I was like, okay, interesting, but it came down here and it bounced right off of this one, and now we're coming up to this one. Is this trend line even valid? I don't know. We will find out, but it does seem to be meeting some resistance here around just a little over 23,000, about 23,000. Lever Atlas is showing us money flow is probably going down, which is interesting. Let's see, RSI is kind of coming back up and kind of hitting this spot here, so that's interesting. If these two cross, that's commonly a good buy signal, but I really treat it much more valid if it's down here in this deeper zone or up here in this zone. Lever, combining these two, that really helps. So Bitcoin, what's going to happen today? Very interesting to look at. Let's zoom in maybe a bit more to the 1 hour. We do have a bullish divergence right here. In case you don't know what that is, a bullish, and this is Lever Atlas here. If you want to check out this indicator, click the link in my TikTok bio. It'll take you to my resources page. This is Lever Atlas here. I really recommend you take this free class though first before you try to do any of this stuff. But what's interesting here is we have this wave down here with this dot, and then we have this wave, this shallower wave with this dot. These dots indicate bottoms. If you follow this up, you'll see that this lower wave, this deeper wave, correlates to this bottom, and this shallower wave correlates to this lower low here. Right? So price is going down, momentum seems to be going up. Money flow did curve a bit. We do have RSI going up quite a bit. So that was a pretty clear bullish divergence is what that is, and Bitcoin pumped from there. Pumped, strong word, but it went up. Right, price moves in waves, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Now maybe we're moving up, but we'll see about this trend line here. We'll have to see about that. And this is one to really watch. If Bitcoin breaks below this, I would expect it to come down to possibly down here to about 21,500 at the top of this Fibonacci box right here. Hey, we got 161 people in here and only 200 likes. Could you guys do me a favor and pump that sucker up to 1,000? That'd be super awesome. Price action is the best indicator. Yeah, that alone, you're saying if price is going up or down, like that doesn't make much sense to me. Fish and chips, thanks for the follow. I see some likes flying in. I bet you guys can get us to 1,000 in like 30 seconds. Let's take a look at ETH, and then we will look at ones you guys want to look at, take some shout outs from the crowd or requests from y'all. I just have a crap load of lines drawn here in Ethereum because I'm really trying to figure out what's going to happen here. These are potential trend lines, these ones that are pointing down. These are potential, right? We need at least 3 points connecting to have a at least somewhat valid trend line. Ethereum did come down here and bounce off of this trend line, which I find very interesting, coming off of these. Well, more I drew this one's kind of more potential too. Hitting this area right here, this big conjunction. We'll see. We'll see. I'm leaning that things are going to swing down. We do have money flow kind of coming down. We're still looking, I don't know. I think that we're still going to at least kind of go sideways, maybe down a little bit. For Ethereum, I could see it going somewhere between 1391 and 1350. So basically 1350 to 1400. And I'll tell y'all, I'm going to show you something a bit later. Stay on the stream. I'm going to show you something I discovered today that is really telling about if we've bottomed or not. I'll show you that in a bit. I want to go through and legit, you have not heard this before. You have not seen this before. I would be very surprised. So stay on the stream. I'll show it to you in a bit. I want to take some requests from the crowd here. User Jason, thanks for the follow. Let's take a look at, I saw someone request Quant. Let's take a look at Quant. And again, I'm looking out here at my screen a lot, so if I don't see your comment or respond, it's because I'm looking out here. If you want me to look at something, just, keep requesting it. Don't get all upset. I'm not ignoring you. I'm just out here. So Quant, interesting here. These are, what is this? Is this the 300? 300 moving average. And these are the SMAs. Okay, so it's above that. It's hitting the, I'm guessing this is the 200 day, hitting resistance here. Quant printed a top here on the 1 hour. I think Quant looks like we're going pretty sideways. You see all this going pretty sideways from here since July 14th. Now it's July 21st. For a week, we're going kind of sideways on Quant. Did break down, have a lower low here. I think we're kind of curving over is my best guess. Let's look at Lever Atlas. Yeah, I'd say things are kind of trending down. Let's pull up the RSI real quick. Where is it? Hard to tell. Maybe we got to move up here. We did have RSI down here below this dotted line here, which I really like to look at. So interesting. Maybe Quant's got more legs up. We'll have to see here. It's hitting this 200-day moving average, and that's kind of hard to tell. That's just kind of hard to tell. Let's see here. Matic. Hell yeah, let's look at Matic. Matic pumps so much, and Matic is very high on my list, and I certainly don't have anywhere near the amount of Matic that I wanted to stack. I can't believe I didn't buy more in the 30s. I'm just silly. What do we got here? It's hitting, so you see it's just so perfectly Matic. It's just riding in this golden pocket. So those are Fibonacci lines, particularly these two are called the golden pocket because it's a very, very strong area of support and resistance. And it's really just riding in here. And it broke down and came back up, and now it seems to be resistance to me. So about 93 cents is probably resistance for Matic is what it looks like to me. I see some people dropping off the stream. Be sure to stay on the stream because I have some serious data to show with you in a little bit. I just want to go through some requests from people. And the data I'm going to show you has to do with some pretty compelling evidence to if we've bottomed or not. And I really doubt that you've seen it. So we'll get to that in a little bit. I think it's got some more legs up here. We'll see. It's hitting this resistance. I don't know, man. That's hard to tell. Maybe it comes up a bit. Let's see, RSI is showing. RSI is kind of getting up there. Things, it's going up. If those cross, I think we're going down. So I would be a little bearish on Matic in the very short term. We already looked at ETH. DAR, Mines of Delarnia. I forget about Mines of Delarnia. I was in their IDO or whatever, so I got their coin when it initially came out. It's like one of the very few I ever got into. I'm very bullish on blockchain gaming, that's for sure. Mines of Delarnia got well above, what is this? Moving 300 moving average. Where's this 200 day? I don't know. What's this yellow one here? No, that's not it. Okay. Anyways, up here seems to be getting some support here. So Mines of Delarnia looks kind of upward trending to me in the short term, is what it looks like to me. And we're curving up here. Lever Atlas is curving up. Stuff like that. So very interesting. Very interesting. I would say that Mines of Delarnia, let's zoom way out on Mines of Delarnia. Let's go like to the weekly. Oh. Okay, not much there. Okay, well, that's all we got there. Never mind. Weird. But I like Mines of Delarnia as a game. I think it's promising. What else? Poppy, thanks for the follow. Bitcoin ETH gonna pump more? Yes or no? Do you think ETH will drop again? 500. I'm gonna show you. Stick around because I'm gonna answer those types of questions in a little bit. I'm gonna show you some data, and I think you're going to. I can almost guarantee you haven't seen this data before, and you're gonna want to see it because this morning it kind of gave me what I feel is some pretty good clarity on if we're going down more or not. How do you go forward to research which coin that will pump next bull run? Well, we're a long ways away from the bull run, so just be patient. What I would say is find things you really feel strongly about. Thanks for sharing the live, King. Going downtown, says Joker. What's another coin y'all want to look at? Let's look at XRP. Whew. I got some stuff drawn here, don't I? Certainly using this Fibonacci line here, right around 35 cents, as some pretty strong support, wouldn't you say? It was resistance here, and now it's some pretty strong support. And this trend line is kind of using that as support too. So XRP to me looks, we got a bullish divergence here, so that's when price is going down and momentum is going up. You see how these waves are getting shallower and heading back up, and while price is coming down. I know price is going up here, but we're looking to here. So this is looking kind of bullish to me. I could see XRP pumping a little bit more, maybe hitting about 37 cents. We have the spider line right here. That's interesting. That's interesting. Look how good Lever Atlas called this, right? We have this high and this higher high. We have this wave and this lower wave, right? Price is going up, momentum is going down, even draws this little line, and waboom, goes down. Same thing here. Price going down, momentum going up, waboom, goes up. Really good spot for a trade. If you're unfamiliar with trading, it's how, like, I have this masterclass, how I get Bitcoin and Ethereum for free. That's how I do it with trading. I don't spend any money. I get Bitcoin and Ethereum for free even when the price goes down. Check that out. It's a free class. I think we'll dip this weekend, maybe. Long term, where do you see major players like Bitcoin, ETH, 1 year, 3 year, 5 year? I see them being worth a hell of a lot more than they're worth today. That's all I know. Check out ICP. I got a thing against ICP. I just don't like them, but I'll look at it. Looks like this moving average right here has flipped into resistance on ICP, this green line here. So I would expect a rejection and then probably a retest, something like that. But it looks like there's some strong resistance around, we'll say $6.80, something like that for ICP is what it looks like to me. Let's go to the 2 hour. And now we're here. On the 2 hour, it looks different. Now I would say 660 is acting as support on this simple moving average here. Maybe there's more legs to this. Now that I look at the 2 hour, it looks like there's more legs to it. How about on ICP, we draw some Fibonacci. How about that? I think I saw someone ask what this whole thing I'm on is. This is TradingView. Click the link in my bio. This is, and it'll take you to my resources page. TradingView is right here. Let's go back to ICP. Let's draw a fib. Let's do that. Let's do this. Go over here. Click that. We'll go down to here, bottom, and we'll go up to here. That worked pretty well. Look at that. It dinged it right on the spot. And now it looks to me like this, maybe 675 is resistance. We'll see. We'll have to see. If it pumps up some more, I would expect it to go, my computer's kind of lagging a bit. I would expect it to go probably up to over $7. Let's look at Lever Atlas again. Yeah, we got a lot of room to go, but we'll see. It could come back down. If it, say it comes back down to this level and Lever Atlas prints a dot on a wave that's shallower than this one, so momentum going up, price going sideways or down, that would be bullish. King, thanks for the share. Right on, bro. TradingView is the best. I agree. It's literally what everybody uses because it is the best. Best place to buy, sell crypto. Used Robinhood and Coinbase in past. You know, I was using Voyager a lot. Obviously, I'm not anymore. I've been using Coinbase Pro and FTX. I just wouldn't use Robinhood. I just don't trust them. They're a stock first company. I'd rather go with a crypto native company like Coinbase Pro or FTX. Thanks for the follow, Xavier. I wonder if I can flip my camera yet. Nope, of course not. Hey, do me a favor. In the comment, say, flip your camera. I wonder if TikTok, like the last time I could flip my camera was when someone put that in the comments. And then all of a sudden it was magically there. How did you learn everything about crypto? I definitely don't know everything about crypto. Literally in the comments, put flip your camera. Okay, thanks, Crypto Chimp. Come on, TikTok. You gonna let me do it now? Damn it. Damn it. Yeah, it's not coming. I don't know what is with that. Do you leverage trade? I absolutely do. And I use Bybit to do that. This is where I trade, right here on Bybit. If you click the link in my bio, here's a link for Bybit. You actually get a deposit bonus when you do this. This is where I trade crypto and get Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP actually for free when the price goes up and down. If you're new to that type of thing, take the masterclass. It took me months to make this class, and you get it for free. Just go watch it, okay? Again, that's Bybit. Let's see here. Do you set stop loss orders? Absolutely, absolutely. Look at AMP. Let's take a look at AMP. Boy, that's pretty goddamn sideways, isn't it? Wow. Wow, is that sideways? Wow. Jeez. That is like a straight line almost other than this little dip here, which was a week or so ago. Wow. It is really riding that line. So AMP, man, I don't know. Wow. That is a very straight line. That's very strange to me. Thanks for all the follows coming in. Rumtree, Mr. Fate, Massoro. Is your Discord free? Yes, it is. On my resources page, there's a link for the Discord also. Check out all these resources. I put them here for a reason. This is like, if you're actually going to be serious about crypto, you should have most, if not all of these. Yeah, I mean, that's my YouTube channel. Certainly go follow that. And there's all my other socials up there. I'm Daily Crypto Bull on all the socials. Tyler, thanks for the follow. Clint, thanks for the follow. Bitcoin struggling to break 23K. It kind of is. Let's check Algo. A bunch of people must be hopping in the Discord right now. I can hear it chiming. Yeah, Algo's kind of looking a lot like, what did we just look at that looked like this? Was it Quant? Maybe it was Quant. Anyways, this is really looking interesting too. Lever Atlas printed this bottom down here. Money flow seems to be going down still. That's kind of hard to say in the short term here. Let's see. We did print a sell up here, but you know, that may be time is over. It hasn't printed a buy yet. These have worked out pretty well actually. That buy was good. Obviously that one too. That sell was good. That sell was solid. That buy was solid. That sell, that buy. This whole indicator down here is Lever Atlas. I've been working on adding these buy and sell signals. I'm testing them. They're not ready yet, but eventually Lever Atlas people will get these too when I feel they are sufficient enough. They're really just another piece of data to add to increase our probabilities in trades. Because you're never going to win all your trades, but you can always work on winning more. What's your long-term number 3 coin that compete with Bitcoin and ETH? I don't have one that can. XRP's probably the best one to compete with market cap wise with Bitcoin and ETH. But my number 3 coin that I buy is Gala. Stevie, what makes you country? Thanks. Pure, thanks for the follows. Hey, Shalissa, curve is going back up. Oh, Shalissa, hey, what's up? What's the take on SHIB? I want nothing to do with SHIB. Cardano, I think Cardano is a really good project. Let's take a look at Cardano. Let's see here. It got, it hit the fib line pretty good right here at about 53 cents. And now it's come back down. Look, a lot of this move, we're seeing this particular move, this drop and hook going on. Not a real deep momentum wave. Money flow does seem to be going down to me. We're on the 2 hour. Maybe we should go to, I'll leave it on the 2 hour. But as you can see here, as you see this little area right here, like I think support is around 47 to 48 cents. Seems to be fairly strong. If it breaks that, I think we'll go down to maybe 46 to 44. We do have this moving average here, but this is just on the 2 hour, so I think that's more of a range. But Cardano's a good project. What else did we see? A lot of stuff coming in. What's the indicator you're developing? Well, I have Lever Atlas. Like this is Lever Atlas, so you can get that over here. I have a free trial running on it, if my computer will load. Right here. I actually get my entire trading course too, for free, if you take me up on the free trial of Lever Atlas, and whether you keep it or not, you get to keep the course. So check that out. But if you're new to trading, I really recommend you take this class first because it's free, and it's everything I've learned in all the time I've traded condensed into one class. Gala has 8x to all-time high. Yeah, and I think Gala's got a good shot at getting to like $2, frankly. A lot of comments coming in. Sorry if I'm not getting to you. Feel free to ask them again. Hey, thanks for the hammer or whatever that was. Will I Am says Phantom. Let's take a look at Phantom. Phantom's interesting. So if you're just tuning in a little bit, I'm going to show you some data that I find very compelling as to if we've bottomed or not. And I doubt you've seen this data. Some of you might have, but I bet the large majority of you have not. I'll show it to you in a little bit. Pump up, down, really pumping up here. Phantom's cheap. Phantom was down here at 22 cents. Printed that down there. Everything's kind of looking the same. Hard to say a real move. I think I got to wait a little bit longer to get my teeth into a real trade. No worries. Thanks for the follow. Black Sheep, how you doing? Feeling today? Can you show Ada? We just did. Benzel the Hype, thanks for the follow. What indicator are you using? It's Lever Atlas. We think about Matic. I love Matic. Why Chainlink been so quiet? Because it's just not sexy, but it is one of the most vital things and real winners in crypto, in my opinion, because it's the oracle of the blockchain. And you need an oracle like you need water for a garden. That's a fantastic analogy. If you don't understand what an oracle is, you don't get that analogy. But if you do know what an oracle is, that makes sense. I have 30,000 Gala, planning to get more. I'm all for that. And DD100, thanks for the Thunderhammer. Thanks for the follow, Shaylu. Man, I had 200K ADA back when it first hit in 2016. Oh shit, wow, buddy. You would have had 600K at its top. Anything with Wads Pay token? I don't know much about that. Shalissa says check Adam short term. Sure, I'll check Adam. Let's check Adam. Ooh, Adam's looking bearish. Because that's what it's looking like to me, because we have this high right here and we have this higher high up here. Lever Atlas is showing this wave, showing for this high, and this lower wave showing for this higher high. So when you see price going up like this and momentum going down like this, and it looks like money flow is going down too, the green wave getting smaller, that looks like I'd feel pretty confident taking a short there. Let me go to the 1 hour time frame. That's one of the more interesting charts I've seen today in terms, yeah. And you see it's starting to print a little red one right there. We got 19 minutes left on that hour candle. Lever Atlas is showing a bearish divergence on that also, and we got this red dot. I would say that's a pretty high probability trade. of taking a short. How low is it going to go? No idea. You never know that. But I think we're going to have a little bit of a down wave here, and that makes sense. That makes sense. So that's what it looks like to me. So I'm glad I looked at that one. Sneef, thanks for the follow. Thoughts on Atom? I really like Atom and Polkadot because what they do, you know, they are trying to be an interoperability solution, although that's still within their own network. So I think someone still needs to really figure out a real bridge that is actually secure and works very well and connects all the blockchains. That and scalability are the two biggest issues with blockchain so far. Do you think it will drop 30 cents after Bitcoin dropped to 12,000? Well, is Bitcoin going to drop to 12,000? That's a good question. I'm going to show you some data in a little bit that I think you will find pretty useful. One Dika Kingsley, thanks for the follow. Matic, we already looked at Matic. We looked at Atom, XLM, and XRP. Good long-term, my opinion. Maybe. I like XRP certainly a lot more than XLM. Engine hitting 58. Let's take a look at Engine. Now, those of you that stay on the live stream, I'm going to show you something pretty compelling. If we get a few more likes flying in, that'd be pretty awesome. We're at 3,500. 4,000 would be pretty sweet. Money flow is going down. The screen wave right here, you can see it getting shallower. Looks like we're about to maybe print a top here on Engine. So I think maybe Engine comes back down to about 58 cents. This is on the 1 hour. Maybe lower. We'll see. Is this a downtrend? Will this purple here, like it was support here, if it breaks this purple line, I think we go down here to about 55. You know, an Engine, let's zoom out a bit, maybe to the 4 hour, and let's draw some fibs. Draw some fibs, baby. Go from down here to here. Plus, that's interesting because if you see right here, it lines up with this high over here too. So, interesting. And we did just have a signal flash on the 4 hour saying sell. So, interesting on that one. Although we do have not a divergence going on the 4 hour. Came down to almost this fib line, which also was resistance right here. So I see that as pretty valid at the moment. I think my best, we could have a swing up here with Engine. I'm not sure now that I look at it there. Let's go back to let's go to the 2 hour. Okay, I'm feeling a little bit more short-term bullish now. If we draw a trend line on this, I know it's only the 2 hour, but let's do it anyways. I do have a bit of a trend line going on here. Maybe I do it like that. Yeah, that's interesting. Maybe Engine's a little more bullish short-term than I thought. Let's go to the 1 hour. That wave's a hell of a lot smaller, but that's okay because it's lower so far. But money flow, yeah, overall I'd be kind of short-term bullish on Engine is what it seems like to me. That's what it seems like to me, but it could come back down before it goes up. This trend line, I would be following this trend line so far. If it breaks out, I would expect it to go down here to this fib line. Can your indicator work with Forex? I would imagine so, but I've never done Forex with it. I don't do stocks or Forex. Oh, not now. Thanks for the follow. Jorge, thanks for the follow. Liam, thanks for the follow. Bitcoin is definitely dropping. Not sure if it's as low as 12K. You know what? You guys have stayed on here long enough. Let me show you something. Let me show you something that I find very interesting. Let's not go to that one. Let's go to Bitcoin. I'm going to show you something that I really looked at today about if we've bottomed or if we're going back down. Something that I really looked at today. And I thought it was quite compelling. Okay. So let me zoom this in here. Let me actually scrunch up this. You're going to definitely want to see this, so don't leave the stream right now. So, that's not far enough back for me. I'm going to go, let's pull up the index. Let's just go all time. Okay, so I want to show you something. Check this out. The biggest thing on everybody's mind is, have we bottomed? Are we going back down? Okay, so I'm going to show you something here. A good way to predict the future is to look at the past. Would you agree? Now I want to show you something. we're on the monthly time frame. Here's the bottom from this cycle back here in 2015. Okay, the bottom here was about $150. Can you imagine buying Bitcoin at $150? Wow. I want to point your attention down here. So the purple line is RSI. The blue line is RSI based moving average. Okay. Now, I want to show you something. I also want to point your attention to this dotted line right here. See it? See this dotted line right here? Purple is RSI. Do you see when the RSI goes below that dotted line right there? Let's follow it up. What happens? That's the bottom of that move. Well, let's go to the next cycle. Look when RSI crosses that line. Bottom. Look at where we're at today. RSI is down here at that level, as deep as it's ever been. So that is so goddamn compelling to me that we have bottomed. And I don't think Bitcoin is going to go lower than it already has. If it does, it will be a very small amount. And I'm now changing my opinion. I do not think Bitcoin is going to get to 12K or sub 10K anymore unless some massive black swan event happens. I do think that we have bottomed. Let that settle in for a second. RSI, down here, bottom. RSI, down here, bottom. This is on the monthly, lifetime chart of Bitcoin. RSI down here, I think it's very possible we've bottomed. Another thing I want to point to you is look at the yellow line here. Look when they cross. Do you see that spot right here? Right here. Look at when they cross, right? Bitcoin's down here in the RSI moving average. When it crosses, look what happens to price. Goes up. Look what happens to price. Goes up. We haven't crossed yet. So I wouldn't say it's too late or anything like that. Obviously the price is still ridiculous compared to where Bitcoin's going to be over here in the next cycle, right? I think Bitcoin's easily 100K in the next cycle. I feel like I'm being very conservative with that. So those of you waiting for Bitcoin to go down to this super duper low price, you may want to reconsider. If you haven't bought much yet and you're just holding out for it to hit this number that it may never hit, you may end up missing out a lot more than you think. Baby doll, thanks for the follow. Give me some thoughts on what I just said and what I just showed you. Let me show you something else too. Let's go to the weekly. Oh, let me go back to the monthly real quick. I got one more thing to show you over there. So Lever Atlas, my indicator down here, very good at calling tops and bottoms. Very, very good. One of the main things I built it for. It hasn't printed a bottom here yet though. So that's interesting. Over here, let me spread this out. On the monthly, it hasn't printed a bottom. So that's interesting, is something to consider. Let me pull this up a little more. So when it hit a bottom, Lever Atlas typically prints a bottom when this crosses and we start moving back up. So I don't think, again, this is the monthly, so we would have to move up on a monthly candle to probably print a bottom here on Lever Atlas. And now with that in mind, let's go to the weekly. I'll get to any questions you guys got in a second. I just really want to show this to you, because I spent hours this morning looking at all this, because I was a believer. I was a believer that we had further down to go. Further down to go. I should also show you how all of this has called the tops also, to give you enough of a track record for this. But I'm going to shut down Lever Atlas. Although on the weekly, Lever Atlas did print a bottom. We'll get back to that. So RSI over here. Again, let's look. RSI goes down. Well, here the line isn't as high. The line we're looking at now is down here. Okay? So in the very first ever bull run, it didn't quite get down there. That's fine. I can write that off. That's a very different group of people back then. When we get below this line, bottom. So let me actually zoom out, make that a little bigger. Got below it, bottom. and then trades sideways. It did hit it again about 9 months later. So it went sideways. But look what happened. When this crossed here, the yellow crossed the purple, that was pretty much a good signal to go up. And you would have been pretty happy there. Same thing, let's go to 2017. It goes below the line, follow it up, bottom. It also hits the moving average right here, the 200-week moving average, which it did back here too. That's what this blue line is. And when it crossed over, it was up only mode when yellow crossed the purple. Now, where are we? RSI has went back under that, and it's starting to curve back up. We've gone below the 200 weekly moving average, and we are about, it looks like, to have the yellow cross the purple, or they're about to meet. And if that happens, look what happens in the past. It's uptime. It's uptime, although that went sideways, but that's still called the bottom. So I don't think it's time to screw around anymore. I really don't. And let me go to Lever Atlas. Lever Atlas printed a pretty deep bottom here. This is on the weekly. Look at this. Very below the oversold line, this white line here. Bottom. And with the RSIs, like I showed you, it all lines up perfectly. Over here, dot, RSI bottom, 200 week, bottom. Here we are over here. Below the line RSI, Lever Atlas printed a dot. Below the 200 week, it's got to be a bottom. It's got to be a bottom, unless some black swan thing happens. And a lot of you don't want to hear that. I mean, I wish we were going lower too, but I think we've bottomed. I don't think could Bitcoin come back down to where it's already hit? Yes, but I really don't think we are going to be hitting that 12K or sub 10K anymore. I am changing my opinion based on new information I've discovered. So let's chat. What's up, Angelo? Over on YouTube. What do you guys think of that? What do you guys think of that? Boba, thanks for the follow. Have you already talked about Voyager? No. I mean, what's there to say about Voyager? Orange Crypto says, so what you're saying is we bottomed and will go up from here until the next bull run. I am not saying that. I'm not saying we're going to go up from here. When those lines cross, there's a strong possibility that it's kind of up only from there. Now, not like we're going to go at a breakneck speed. Breakneck speed? What I'm saying is what I'm looking at. The only thing that I feel confident about is that we have bottomed. Now, we could go sideways. We could come back down and test that bottom. I'm not saying we're going up yet. I'm waiting on the monthly for the yellow and the purple to meet and cross. But I may even settle for the weekly. Don't know about that. Well, that's fine. Listen, I want it to go down. I wanted it to go down to 12K, to sub 10K. I wanted that. But what am I going to do? Ignore the data in front of me? I can't. Could I be wrong? Yeah. But I'm flipping my opinion. I think we've bottomed. And you wait. That data I just showed you, you are going to see over the next month. Everyone you listen to on YouTube, etc., they're going to start pointing out exactly what I just showed you. They're going to show you the RSI. They're going to show you how every time there's been a bottom, you've seen these types of things. You're going to start seeing that. You heard it here very early. I can't see it breaking even 19K. It might not. It might not. If Bitcoin goes down, so will ETH. Yeah, I mean, everything will. But the point is, I think, now we could just go sideways. I'm not saying we're taking off. We've kind of taken off in the last week, though, haven't we? But compared to where we're going to be in the next bull cycle, this is so cheap. So don't let trying to get the exact bottom or the number that you hoped for stop you from making a fantastic investment. Not financial advice, just my opinion. These are the things I'm telling myself. Because I don't like that ETH is at 1,500. I'm like, God, I wish I had bought more at 1,000. But I am where I am. When he hits 2,000, I'm going to be like, wow, I was dumb. I should have just bought at 1,500 because I'm in this for the long run anyways. So I've been buying. I've been buying the last 48 hours. Major news coming next week. I won't be that bullish. Well, look at all the bad news that's come out since in June, since we hit that bottom. Look at all the bad news that has kept coming out. And it didn't do anything. It didn't drop anything lower. And now we're starting to have good news. Right? Earnings are coming back better than expected. God, I did not see that coming. Next week's going to be interesting. So I'm not saying we're taking off full-on bull run right now, but I think that we have probably hit the bottom of price. We could come back down to it, but I think that 12K, 13K, I think that's kind of, to me, that's kind of off the table now. Unless we have some extremely, kind of a black swan event, frankly. Something is just too heavy. Because there's a shitload of support, and which is people that just won't sell no matter what happens. I'm not selling no matter what happens. Are you selling? I'm only going to sell when the price goes up a lot. I think there's just a bunch of people like me left. I don't care what happens. If it goes down lower, I'm buying more. I was at 17K waiting for 12K. Now we're at 23K a week later. Don't waste time. Get in while you can. I agree, Devin. And that's why I'm showing this to you today. And I spent time, and I was in denial. I was looking at it, and I'm like, no, and I'm looking for every way that this data that's in front of my face can be wrong. And then eventually I just go, we've like 90% chance we bottomed. And I just said, well, I got to adjust accordingly. I can't just hope. You can't hope for things to do what you want it to do. You got to see what's real in front of your face. And to me, it looks like we bottomed. With what you just showed on Bitcoin, does it work the same with ETH history? It does. Let's pull that up. You guys want to look at ETH? Let's look at ETH. I think, let's look. It's different, but let's look. We'll go to the lifetime chart of Ethereum, which is obviously not as old as Bitcoin. So we're on the weekly. Lever Atlas is indicating a bottom on the weekly. So that's something to keep in mind. We've gone below the 200-week moving average, which is this blue line right here. This blue line, 200-week, light blue line. Now let's pull up the RSI. Let's go to the history of Ethereum. What do we see? That. Now, I wanted to make sure you look. This dotted line down here is what we're looking at. Okay, down here. So it went up. And it came down, 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 down. It went below the line. That's the bottom of the RSI. What happened? That's the bottom of that move. So that was 2018. Now what? Let's go over here. We've gone below that again. See? Gone below it again. Let's follow it up. It's right here. We're also below the 200-week moving average. Just like we were. Well, I guess my 200-week moving average doesn't go back here because it hadn't been around for 200 weeks, so it could only start here. Anyways, so that. And look again. See this little yellow line crossing the purple? Price went up from there. It came back down. You know, Ethereum got to 80, 70 some dollars, and over here it did come back down under 100 and traded basically sideways for the better part of a year and a half. Although here's when COVID happened and everything locked down and we crashed. I think it would have been kind of up only from here, but that was still a good price. So I'm not saying things are going to take off on you, but I want you to also realize when that yellow crossed the purple, that was kind of up only from there. Not that it flew up, it just didn't hit that bottom again. And then now the yellow was meeting the purple over here, and RSI is coming back above the line. Unless a black swan event or something happens, I don't see that purple coming back below this line until the next bear cycle. So let's go to the monthly now, which is much shorter. So the line we look at here, we have to adjust accordingly. So this line down here is where we need to look. Ethereum gets below. When it hits the peak of that, bottom. What does Lever Atlas show us? Look at how it all lines up to that little green dot. Bottom. Bottom, bottom, bottom. Where are we now? Lever Atlas hasn't printed a dot yet because we're on the monthly. And the RSI could go down a little bit more on the monthly here. That could happen. And the yellow line's still way up here, so before we go up only, I expect the yellow and the purple to meet, right? But it's on the monthly, so it's a little bit more lagging. If we do 2 weeks, maybe that's a little better. Again, we're looking at this dotted line right here. And really, we're looking at this dotted line down here, because when it touches this, and what do? RSI touches that line down here. Lever Atlas prints a bottom, bottom. And then when it crosses here, up only. Here we are. We've touched that line. Lever Atlas printed a bottom on the 2 week. Now they haven't met yet, so I'm not going to say it's up only, but it's very possibly happening soon. Another thing I want to say is look at how this calls the tops. Now, with the tops, what's interesting is you got to be well above this line. This should be moved, actually. What you really look for at the tops is a bearish divergence. So that's this line way up here, correlating this RSI, correlating to this high. And then you got a higher high and a lower high in RSI. And Lever Atlas also shows a divergence where the momentum's going down. When you have price going up, you have Lever Atlas showing down and RSI showing down, and you're way above these lines. That's the top back here. Same thing happened here. Look, we had that and that. Price going up, momentum going down on Lever Atlas, RSI going down, top. So I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I wished I thought we were going to go a lot lower, but it was sitting right in front of my face, and until I just hadn't looked at it in a while. How long until you stop buying and take profits? Well, I don't just start taking profits because I stopped buying. I won't be taking any profits until 2025, right? Because that'll be about a year after the next Bitcoin halving. Thanks for the follow, Supreme. Do you think Voyager will survive? It could, but I think that people, including myself, because I'm in Voyager too, I think that we will get back a decent portion of our money in crypto. Let me go. Thanks for the follow, King and Supreme. It's on Coinbase chart. Is there a difference if you use different exchange chart? Well, no, there is not. I'm using the index, which is the lifetime chart. If you look at Coinbase or Binance or something, they're not going to have as much history. The index has the entire history. No one knows what's going to happen for sure. CD easily missed the bottom by waiting for a low bottom. Could, yeah. Exactly, no one knows. But I'm looking at the data, and what I just showed you has been correct 100% of the time so far. It could be wrong, but I think that shows me there is no reason to wait, because everything is so undervalued right now. And if you wait till the top of the next bull cycle, roughly, you'll make some fantastic profits from here, in my opinion. Because again, let me show you the lifetime chart of Bitcoin, just to see it from where's the index? So the lifetime chart of Bitcoin, these blue lines are the halving events. Price takes off after those because supply goes down overnight. The next halving is out here in April 2025. The bull run typically lasts about a year to a year and a half. And then we go down, and we're in that down period, just like we always have been. So April 2025 should be about a year after the Bitcoin halving. So everything I buy, I don't plan on selling until around then, because that should be maximum profit, and then next. And I'm not interested in trying to time the top perfectly or time the bottom perfectly. What's your opinion on XRP? I like XRP. It's something that I will be buying very soon. Let me see what else we got here. You're doing good, bro. Thanks, Supreme. Bear market makes millionaires in the bull run. Exactly. You just got to have the patience. And we're about 2.5 years from roughly the top of the next bull cycle, in my estimation. ETH price in 2025, my opinion. I think very conservatively, Ethereum will hit 10K. And I think there's a very good chance it hits 20K plus. And I also think the Ethereum market cap will flip Bitcoin at least temporarily. So everything I'm doing, though, I'm basing on 10K. 10K, everything I do, that's where my numbers are at, how much I want to make, stuff like that. I'm basing on 10K because I think that's pretty conservative. And I think 100K for Bitcoin is pretty conservative. So when we're talking about 23K today for Bitcoin, 15K, 1500 for Ethereum, like, and to get that kind of return in 2.5 years, like, what are you smoking that you can't take advantage of that, and you just are saving everything that it goes, hopefully it goes lower. What do you think about getting your coins from KuCoin? I think KuCoin's a good exchange. I just don't use it much because in order to buy on there, I hate how when I have to I put money on there from my bank or something, and I get charged fees to put money in KuCoin, so I lose money from the very jump, so I just don't use it. I think ETH will definitely hit 15K by 2025. I think that is well within the cards. But again, I'm trying to be as conservative as possible when I'm planning out how much I want to make. So it also plans on how much I want to accumulate, right? Because if you say, I'm gonna get 10 Ethereum, then you can be kind of banked on you're going to turn that into 100K. And when the bull run actually comes around, there's a shitload of money to be made in small cap stuff. Dollar cost average is the way to buy at the moment. I agree with you. And a way to really stack your bags without spending money is to learn how to trade. I use Bybit to trade because I can place longs and shorts, right? So I just use the Bitcoin and Ethereum I already have, and I can turn it into more Bitcoin and Ethereum. If I do a long and the price goes up, I get more Bitcoin or Ethereum. If I do a short and it goes down, I get more Bitcoin and Ethereum. Yeah, you heard me right. If it goes down, I get more Bitcoin and Ethereum. Click the link in my TikTok bio. I have a whole masterclass that teaches you how to do that. It's not something you want to just dive into and do right away. That's why I made this whole masterclass, to really give you some education. And then Lever Atlas is the tool I made for myself that you can get to, that really helps me up my successful trading. I don't win every trade, but I win a lot more trades than I lose. And here's Bybit where I trade. This link, it is my affiliate link. Don't use it if you feel conflicted about that. But it gives you a 3.5% deposit bonus, and that is the best deal you're going to find anywhere on the internet. Solana 2025, I really don't know. Solana's not one I'm probably going to buy a lot of. So I don't know. I really don't know on that one. It's in my second tier. Because Bitcoin and Ethereum are in the first tier. That's it. And then I have things kind of ranked, but they're in a second tier. Solana's kind of lower in that tier. Matic, Gala, XRP, Chainlink, Sandbox. Those are pretty high. I'm focusing on small cap this cycle, then bigger projects next cycle. I don't know why it has to be either or, Will. How long have you been doing this? I've been in crypto since 2017. Solana and ETH both going to hit above 18K. Solana's not going to hit above 18K. Buddy, Supreme, I appreciate your support, but you got to check your math on that. Do you know what a market cap is? If Solana had an 18K market cap, it would be, what would it be? Because it hit 260 and it was about 100 billion. It would be trillions of dollars in market cap. It would probably be bigger than the entire rest of the crypto market. So Solana's not hitting 18K. Not anytime soon. I mean, within the decade. Or more. Or ever. ETH, very possible. because of the market cap, which is the price of one coin times how many coins are in existence. That gives you the market cap. Solana has way more coins in existence than Ethereum does. Solana does need to work on their platform, but they all do. Do you honestly think crypto will be here forever? What do you mean forever? Till the end of time? No. Nothing lasts forever. It evolves. And blockchain is Web3. It's the next evolution of the internet. It adds another necessary layer to this digital life that we live. This increasingly digital life that we live. She has thrown a few likes. We're not even at 6,000 yet. I'm surprised, you know. I think a lot of people don't want to hear what I just shared with you today, that we've bottomed. I don't think they want to hear that. I mean, I didn't want to hear it, but I have to realize when I'm being too biased, and that made me really look harder at the data, and I think we've bottomed, as much as I wish that wasn't true. In our lifetime, yeah, absolutely. I don't care if you're 1 year old. It's going to still be around unless something new comes along, but it'll be here because it's the third layer of the internet. There will be other layers after that. But, you know, layer 1 was like search. Layer 2 was like social media, which is the next level of connection and communication to bring us more digital. And layer 3 is the ledger, which means that digital, you can actually have digital assets. Because before blockchain, you couldn't own anything digitally, not really. Not in the same way that it couldn't really be your property. You could claim it as your property, but there's no way to really validate it or verify it before blockchain. I was in denial, but you've convinced me with the facts. Like I said, Devin, I wish it wasn't true. But regardless, even if I'm wrong, I don't think we got to wake up and realize that the value we're at right now is phenomenal. Because when Bitcoin was back at 69K, and I looked at any of you and I said, hey, if Bitcoin goes in the 20s, what would you do? You'd say, I'm taking out a second mortgage on my house and going all in. That's what you would have said to me. And now we're in the 20s, and you're waiting for it to go lower. It's insanity. I know. I mean, I'm crazy too. It's just that I've made these mistakes. That's why I know. You have to learn crypto before buying and selling. I don't know what that means. Good afternoon, DCB from Tough American. Hey, where are you guys tuning in from? Throw it in the comments. Where are you guys tuning in from? I'll be putting out a short video today. I spent like an entire day making it. It's a different style video than I've ever made. And it's entertaining. But it's very entertaining. It's a completely entertainment video. It's not like, hey, here's the news updates for the day. It's an entertaining video, and it revolves around what I was just sharing with you, is where we are currently at in the market in terms of the psychology. And again, it's going to be entertaining and funny. And I'm almost done with it. I'll be publishing it probably later today. Please check it out. I will publish it on YouTube. I don't know if I can publish it on TikTok. Go check out my YouTube. The link should be in my TikTok bio. You know, it's like a little play button. Or you can go to my resources page. That link is in my bio. And you can get to YouTube that way. Or you can just go to YouTube and type in Daily Crypto Bull. And it'll come right up because that's my name on there. But I'm going to put one out. It's about 3.5 minute video. And it's funny. But it really lays out what's going on right now in the market. And it goes around what I've been sharing with you today. And that what I just said. Bitcoin, 69,000. Everyone's like, oh, it goes to 20. It'll never get to 20. If it gets to 20, I'm selling my kids. I'm selling my wife. You know, selling everything I got. And now we're in the 20s, and people just not low enough. Like, it's gonna go lower. I'm gonna wait. And that's what the whole video is about, is using humor to kind of lay that out. It's really good. I'm really proud of it. Anyways, maybe you don't think it's good, but I'm really proud of it. Please check it out. Because I want to make more of these, but God damn it, I need some encouragement because it's a lot of work to make these things. Green Bay, Houston. Give me a 1 in the chat if you're going to watch my 3.5 minute video on YouTube. I know it's a lot of work, and I don't want it to be wasted because I'm really proud of it anyways. Is it going lower though? I don't think so. Australia, London, Germany, UK. Got a lot of people from around the world. That's phenomenal. San Diego, New York. I see some ones. Go ahead and go follow me on YouTube. Because I want to be, because everyone in the crypto space is just like barking their thoughts and new news and everything. That's useful. You need to know that. But like, I'm getting kind of tired of it, especially in a bear market, because things are just, there's no reason to be moving fast in a bear market. So I want to relax a bit, and I want to make more entertaining things. Arkansas. ApeCoin, thought on it? I like ApeCoin. Absolutely. I wish I'd have bought more below $5. Thank you, Devin and Craig and Tough American and Jay Briz, for giving me the ones and saying you'll watch it. I appreciate that. Imagine what happens if everybody know how to create a wallet and buy and sell crypto. Oh, well, you mean adoption? Yeah, that's just adoption, which is, it's just going to keep going up and up and up, and eventually it'll reach kind of not peak adoption, but like reach that threshold where it's like mainstream when people are using it and they don't even really realize they're using it, because the user interfaces still need to be made good for the masses, which don't necessarily want anything to be hard. Which makes sense. When will bull market fully kick off, do you think? Well, I mean, the Bitcoin halving is a good bet, but it'll probably start going up at least a year and a half before that. So maybe it like I said, I think we've bottomed. I mean, when do you consider bull market? Right? Is it everything after we've bottomed? Because if that's the case, we could be in the bull market right now. Although I don't think things are going to take off like crazy right now or anytime super soon. But I do think we've bottomed now. I've changed my mind. I had to look at the data as much as I didn't want it to be true. It looks like it's bottomed to me. We need to educate people about crypto. Not really. I mean, yes and no, but we need to make it useful, more and more useful. Because then people will just want it. Like when Steve Jobs made the iPhone, he didn't say, we need to educate people about the iPhone and the smartphone. No, he just made it so goddamn useful they wanted it. We still got time to get stuff? We do. I mean, I'll be buying for a while, but I'm just letting you know that I really think we've bottomed based on the data I showed you. Not because I want it to be true. I wish we were going lower, but I think we're done. I think we've bottomed. So no more fucking around. And you don't have to buy forever. I like dollar cost averaging, but I like buying when things are as low as possible. And I'd rather put in a shitload more while it's low and wait longer for it to hit its peak, which I think would be about spring 2025. Do you think Voyager will get out of bankruptcy? I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. But I do think we will get a decent portion of our assets back. How do you feel about ETH Classic? I want nothing to do with it. It's the original Ethereum that is not going to go anywhere, because the Ethereum that we know and love is a fork that came off of that, and that's the one. Ethereum Classic is like, it's like saying, it's like, I don't know, the iPhone 13 comes out and you say, hey, what do you think about iPhone 2? I'm like, why would I use iPhone 2 when I can use iPhone 13? So that's my thoughts. I hope that gives some clarity on it. Crypto is technically not user-friendly. It's not. So most people don't know where to store, how to transfer. No. And it's going to have to get easier. So we're still early. You know what I mean? But the increasing ridiculous gains that we get from these crypto projects is going to keep diminishing over time in terms of time frames of massive gains. So the gains that people made in this last bull run probably won't have that kind of ridiculousness next time, but it will still be very juicy. Everyone, but for all I know, it hit some kind of threshold and it takes off even more, but that's tough. That's tough to imagine, because that's just so much money. Every time to have the same gains, you need that same multiple of new money to come in. And there's only so much money that's going to come in at any given time. Is there any possibility of a short in Celsius? I don't know. I haven't looked at that. I don't know if you can short Celsius coin. That has probably bottomed. Like, I don't know what could make that go any lower, because it's like we expect nothing. So what else is there? Another thing to really remember is just the general sentiment of the market in terms of that I think we've bottomed now. Is that at the top, again, like I said, everyone's like, oh my God, it'll never get to 20. No way. And it gets down to the low 20s and under. People are like, I'm going to wait a little bit longer. And now everyone thinks it's going lower. Like, that's the dominant thought. And when the dominant thought is that, it's probably the bottom. So you mean we have to wait for adoption from people themselves? Yeah, well, yeah, of course. I mean, it's just, this is an innovation, and it takes time to develop. But we're pretty well along. When we get, and I think blockchain gaming is the first real thing that is going to gain mass adoption from a blockchain perspective. And that's why I'm so heavy on blockchain gaming. It's ETH, Bitcoin, and blockchain gaming for me. And I just ignore everything else, because you can't, even a guy like me that is in this shit 12 hours a day, I don't have that bandwidth. I have to focus, I have to narrow down. Yeah. Be sure to join the Discord if you haven't. Go to my resources page, lots of good stuff over there. If you guys don't have a ledger yet, like, the fact that you're here in a bear market means that you're here for the long haul. And if you don't have a ledger yet, you're still acting like a complete noob. You don't act like a noob. Level up and become an actual real crypto person and get a ledger. Take real custody of your crypto and actually make it safe. It's not the same as putting it in a MetaMask wallet or something. That shit can get stolen so much easier. In a ledger, it's actually safe. Click the link in my TikTok bio. I have the authentic link to Ledger right here. Right? There's like fake Ledger sites out there, and you don't want to buy it on Amazon. This is the link to the real website. I have the Nano X because it holds the most crypto. It costs like $150. Absolutely nothing. Imagine what, if your crypto gets stolen, imagine what that does. $150 to lock that up. And the reason the Ledger works is because you can still keep your crypto in your MetaMask wallet, but you have a Ledger wallet within your MetaMask wallet. And so nothing can happen within that wallet without you out here physically in the real world pushing the buttons on the Ledger. That's why it's safe, because it's your actual keys. It's like putting a key in a lock. That's why it's in the physical world. That's why you need a ledger. Get a ledger. How you get into blockchain gaming? Just start looking at games that are NFTs that are used in games. Some of my favorite games to look into is Alluvium, Sandbox, Big Time, and Mirandus. Yeah, I would say start looking at those ones. And you can't look at all of them. I'm really mostly focusing on Mirandus and Big Time. Alluvium is really starting to get more into my world too. But it's going to become the dominant form of computer gaming. Like, I don't know if I've ever been more certain. Filecoin has 80x to all-time high. Is that right? You're telling me Filecoin is 1/80th? Come on, let me look at this. That can't be. Actually, we can do Tether. Let's go to, do you have index? No, let's just go to KuCoin. Yeah. Maybe, where would be the oldest one? Do you have the index? Can't be FTX. Where would be the oldest one? Let's go here. Yeah. So, 232. The all-time high was $232. 235, 200. Jesus. And now it's like $5. So you go 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Yeah. I mean, it's like a 50, 60x. Yeah, you're not kidding. Wow. Huh. Jesus. Okay. Pretty interesting. Anyway, I will join you regularly. Hope you get more updates from me. Cool spring. That what it going for now. Okay. They are cheaply made. What is future of NFTs? Well, NFTs they're a way for you to actually have digital assets, right? Your deed for your house and your car and shit will eventually just be, they'll at least have an NFT component, because it's just like a deed. You know, it's in the physical world. It gives true ownership and authenticity, and it's able to be transferred. That's a physical. NFTs are just the digital version of that, which does not exist because it needs to exist on an actual ledger that can't be manipulated. And because it's digital, that's why it absolutely cannot be manipulated. So that's why blockchain solves that problem. And now your in-game assets, like your player, your sword, your car, your whatever you have, your space, your land in the game, your whatever, it's going to be an NFT that you own and you use in the game. Is the Nano X going for that price that you mentioned? Yeah, I think it's 150. I think 150. What a deal for the security that you get. A one-time fee of $150 to actually lock up, take custody, and actually secure your crypto. What a deal. What's my favorite layer 1? Ethereum, by far. I did my my homework on all 50, top 50. Good. That's a wonderful thing to do in the bear market, because things aren't just popping off left and right like the bull market. By the end of the bull market, I was tired of the bull market. I was physically and mentally tired. I was like, I want to go into a bear market. I can't take this anymore. This is just too much. My adrenaline was shot. What do you think about Kronos? We'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll place a trade. Let's see if there's anything good on Ethereum or Bitcoin. Let's see. Maybe I'll place a trade. Let's see if there's anything available. Yeah. Oh, we're on the monthly. Yeah, not happening there. Let's go to the let's go to 1 hour. So maybe I'll place a trade. I'm not going to force it just because I'm on the stream with y'all. I'm going to have to end it pretty soon, get back to work. So it seems to broke that one. Now it's coming up to this possible trend line, because we hit this top right here, hit this top. Where are we at right now? 1586. I think it's very possible in the low 1600s, ETH gets at least a short-term rejection. Yeah, so we talked about divergences, bearish and bullish. There's actually two kinds of bearish and bullish divergences. There's regular and hidden. If ETH fails to get above about 1620, this will be a hidden bearish divergence, where this lower wave down here with this high and this higher wave with this lower high, that would be a hidden bearish divergence. So interesting. And then we'll come back down and test this trend line here. So I'm going to get rid of this trend line because I think that's probably not relevant. I think this one's probably not relevant either, but this one could be. So we'll see. And maybe this one. We'll see if this one's relevant. I think the ETH's going to get rejected here around the low 1600s, like 1610 or less. But I'm not ready to take a trade right now. If I go down to super low time frame, like 15-minute, I wonder what we're seeing. Yeah, this is looking like a regular bearish divergence if Lever Atlas prints here. Plus RSI is up here. We had a cross. That's typically a good time to sell. Oh, excuse me, that's a good time to buy. I'd be waiting for it to do this type of thing right here. So yeah, I'm not ready to take a trade on that one either. Wow, it raised up from the time that I bought it. How long is your masterclass going to be available? I don't know. I may start charging for it soon. I would just say go watch it now, because when I say that you can learn how to get Bitcoin and Ethereum and XRP for free when the price goes up and down, like, that's something you should go watch right away. I mean, it took me like 2.5 months to make that class, and it took me years of gaining skill and education to even be able to make it. So go watch it while it's free, because I should be charging a lot for it. Where are you located? I'm in the USA. What are your thoughts on Shiba? I don't want any part of Shiba. Bull markets are stressful, sure, because everything is pumping randomly. It is. I mean, it's a good thing, but you feel this chase, and you can just lose so much money on the chase, especially since it's so much of a casino during the bull market, because so many new projects popping up all the time. But the thing about the bear market is, like, actual solid projects are built and developed and improved during the bear market, because it's the only incentive they have. You could throw out total shit in the bull market and it's going to pump up, at least temporarily. Because all logic and reason, everyone's drunk as hell during the bull market, throwing money everywhere. Bear market, it's hard to get people to spend money, even though the price, that's why the price goes down, 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 trying to get people to spend money. And I think we're at a bottom. I do. I think we've hit a bottom. We could come back down. I could see Bitcoin going back under 20. Ethereum going back down to, maybe 12, 11, maybe 1,000. But I think right now is such a fantastic time to buy still that it's too risky to not be buying right now, in my opinion. Watch for Kronos. All right, see you, Supreme. I better go. It's 1:30. Be sure to check out my resources page. Join the Discord. Follow me on YouTube. I'm going to come out with a video today that's pretty entertaining. Wow, thanks for the hat. Who did that? Supreme, thank you. I'd never gotten that before. That thing was fucking cool. It was humongous on the screen. It was huge. I've never seen one that big, I don't think. Wow. Thanks, buddy. It's too risky not to take a risk, yeah. But the only risk you're really taking is that it might go lower. But give it 2.5 years in the next bull market, the top of it, it's going to be worth a lot more than it is today. See you, Supreme. Be sure to join the Discord, Supreme. Hop in there, if you're not already. That's what she said. All right, Michael Scott. Oh, about the cap and stuff. It's so big. I've never seen. That's funny. That's good. All right, I better go. Thank you all for being in here. I will probably be live again tomorrow. Be sure to please follow me on YouTube. I want to start making more longer form YouTube content, and I'm going to start. Actually, later today, I'm going to put up a video that I spent like an entire day making. It's not, hey, here's why I think this, or here's this news update. It's entertaining. It'll be entertaining, and it's only about 3.5 minutes, and it will be funny and entertaining, and it will revolve around the current psychology of the market, which is exactly what I was saying to you, right? When it was 69K, everyone and their dog said if Bitcoin ever gets to 20K again, they are selling everything they own and buying it. And now here we are today in low 20s, and people don't want to buy because I think it's going to go lower. In the video, you hear how ironic and ridiculous and funny that is. In the video that I make, that I produced, revolves around that very thing, and it's funny. And I hope, ultimately, people see how ridiculous that is, and they take action instead of waiting for it to go to their magic price that it may never get to. You know, you buy things when they're undervalued. Who was it? J.P. Morgan, Warren Buffett, something like that. They said you get rich by buying too early and selling too early, right? You don't buy the bottom, you don't sell the top. You buy at a good value and you sell at a much higher price. But you don't wait for the top, you don't wait for the bottom. It's basically what they're saying. You buy too early and you sell too early. That's what happens. Buying before the bottom, selling before the top. That's how you get rich. That's what they said anyways. And I think there's some wisdom in there. They're very successful. Whoever said it, whether it was J.P. Morgan or Warren Buffett, it was one of those, but either way, pretty legit. So you're welcome, Jacob. Thank you. Thanks, Devin. I'm popping out. See y'all.